Bad Larry.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bad Larry Kingdom. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and if you know me, you know I'm a massive Cyclops fan. He's my all-time number one favorite character, so I'm more than excited for Cyclops to get his own series. But in the modern comic landscape, it's like about time, right? Everyone and their brother has their own series. It's way past due for the core X-Man to get his own title. I hope it's good. I included all the covers here. Let me know which is your favorite. It's the Jim Lee costume cover for me. My eyes just gravitate towards it. Cut to the action! Magic and Kid Omega are being subdued by some AIM agents using a ray gun of some sort. Science. The ray gun alters their genes, allowing them to only breathe sulfur dioxide. Old Mate is killing them! Zip, zap, zoom! Cyclops enters the room. It seems like the biggest part of being an X-Men is saving other X-Men. Roge Antonio, the artist here, he ain't no like to draw the feet like Jim Lee. Cyclops gives the enemies a choice. Give up or get the shit kicked out of you. I guess they chose option B. Well, that's more fun for us. 3 AIM losers versus Cyclops? That's light work for Scott Summers. The writer writes this scene here like an instruction manual for anyone who doesn't know what Cyclops can do. Like, what if the enemy catches Cyclops from behind? What's he gonna do then? Well, bouncy ricochet optic blast means nobody is safe when Cyclops is blasting off. The dad folded arms and vibe is a bit on the nose for Cyclops, let's be fair. Scolding the children for not playing properly. Okay, Dad. What is Beast doing in this scene? In this X-Men team or this X-Men modern series, Beast is just a stay at home, chilling with Magneto, working on the science type of character. Anyway, we see here the side effect of Alex Packnadel's British heritage when Magic says, quote, "I'm sorry, boss." Magic is my secret second favorite X-Man and has been on numerous teams with Cyclops, and I can promise you she has never called Cyclops boss. This makes her sound like a common hired thug. And Cyclops' reply also seems a bit off, saying the quiet part out loud, "I need soldiers." It's always implied that Cyclops runs his team like a military unit, but it just seems off. I think it would have been better or cooler if he said, "I need X-Men." That would have set the tone, but I digress. Back at the home base in Merle, Alaska, Beast is back on his high horse trying to be Captain Correcto, telling Cyclops, "We're not soldiers." I do like Alex's writing here. Cyclops sighs in annoyance at Beast. "Bro, I need to chill, not get pestered by your blue butt." Cyclops lays it down. "Sure, it was called a school for gifted youngsters, but you can't call it mutant boot camp, can you?" Which is what the Charles Xavier School really was, boot camp for mutants to become X-Men. The school part was just a racket. Speaking of school, Beast hands Cyclops a note from his first ever school. Well, orphanage. But before we continue down memory lane with Scott, we need a sneak peek into the depravity going down here with old Donald Pierce. This gnarly son of a bitch is making a new round of Reevers, bringing back a classic 90s villain team. But we get to see the bloody and gruesome creative process. Yuck! Donald Pierce plans on using mutants as a resource for labor and organs and such. Pure evil ideology. And Donald ain't recruiting any wimps. You gotta be super tough now to be a Reaver nowadays. Poor Philip. Poor young Philip couldn't take the pain. So Pierce snuffs him out. I guess Donald Pierce is not only the CEO, VP of sales and management, he's also the HR director. He says any more complaints and HR will respond accordingly. Good, no more complaints. This gnarly fella here starts drilling into his own head. He's a true believer, I guess. He's called Tearjerker. Their Reaver names were always something that I really loved. They're so weird. This is more backstory for all the readers who don't really know Cyclops' troubled past. Cyclops is standing with his former teacher or principal, Dr. Robin Hanover, who worked at the orphanage called Essex State Home for Foundlings, which is in Nebraska. The school was again a racket that was really run by Mr. Sinister, and they did some pretty horrible crap to Scott and his younger brother Alex. The place is being demolished. Dr. Hanover is dying and is all remorseful. Cyclops is too chill. He's like, it's fine, I'm over it. For real, I'm cool. Dr. Hanover continues though. And the part I enjoy most is learning Scott's had a wild side. He's out there biting fools. He's fighting like a honey badger. When they tried to take Alex away, I guess he just went full Wolverine style. Dr. Hanover said the school broke that wild part of Scott, but like most 10 or 11-year-old kids, he doesn't remember any of that. This focus on Scott's wild side is the foreshadowing. Scott has always been associated with complete control, the opposite of Wolverine. But now that we learn he was originally a little hellion wild boy, and maybe this series will explore and unlock that side of him. I'm intrigued. Cyclops pieces out on an old Avengers Quinjet that Beast has fixed up and has a bit of a chat with Alex and heads back home. Cut to the chase! A young girl is running wildly through the woods, clearly running from someone or something is chasing her. She says something interesting here. Everyone's counting on you. Who is she referring to here? It is the new Reevers! Tearjerker and Sockeye chasing after the girl. I don't know if this was accidental or on purpose, but these two new Reevers both have ocular-based names to match with Cyclops. That's pretty cool. The way Roger draws the skin on these Reevers is gnarly. It looks like goo, not skin. These guys are disgusting. The writing here is also very good. The two Reevers are arguing with each other like two dumb underlings would when Tearjerker uses his infrared vision to spot the tracks of the girl. He's like a predator or something. Tearjerker is also super impetuous and paranoid. He sees the OG Quinjet and thinks, the Avengers are coming for us. The scenario is perfect. Cyclops can strategize against a known enemy, plan every scenario out, but you can't plan for crazy, stupid, reckless accidents. Sometimes shit just happens. And the shit has literally hit the fan. This scenario is clearly an homage to Cyclops' past when he was forced to jump out of a plane holding onto his brother Alex. I tell you, I love Cyclops. Wouldn't get in a plane with him though. He's bad luck with the planes. The two Reaver goons continue to argue, as they would do, when Donald Pierce buzzes in asking, "What's what out there? You find my runaway mutant yet or not?" We pan down underground. Donald Pierce is running a mine of some sort using mutants as slave labor. This dude is not only a racist piece of crap, he's also running slaves out here. Vile. But now we know who that mutant girl was referring to when she said, everyone's counting on you. She was making a break for it to go get help to save her fellow mutants who are slaves to Pierce. Sockeye spills the beans of what Tearjerker did, and Pierce very seriously says, get your ugly butts back to base now. Cyclops is going down, down, baby. It's parachute time. I guess he didn't watch X-Men 97 animated series and didn't know he could just use his optic blast as a safe way down, but it's cool. Not all Cyclopses are built the same. My man's parachute is cooked. He bonks his head on a tree on his fall. Lights go out. Again, a head trauma injury sustained from a failed parachute jump out of a burning plane. Scott is reliving his childhood nightmare right here. Yeah-oh, the tree branch smack has broken his visor. Kablooey! Cyclops unloads an unprotected blast out into the great wilderness. Remember, kids, you always got to use that protection from blasting out into the void willy-nilly. Epic optic blast destruction. We see two new other Reavers, a girl called Blitz Tempo, and a dude with no lower jaw, he's called Endzone. Donald Pierce says he knows that red hue. He's seen it once, he's seen it 1,000 times. And he knows that power. It's not the Avengers. He knows it's Cyclops. The question is if Cyclops is alone or has he brought his X-Men with him. Either way, Donald Pierce knows they're kind of cooked. What Donald Pierce doesn't know is that Cyclops is kind of cooked himself. The little mutant runaway girl sees the plane crash. We don't know exactly what her powers are or if they have maturated in her yet. This interaction with the Buck is just filler in my opinion. I don't think she can actually talk with the animals. Well, maybe she can. She was running with that bunny earlier. We'll find out later, I'm sure. But what I can tell you, she is not sure-footed. In her fall, she discovers our passed-out hero, Cyclops. I love it! Cyclops will have to rely on this super young, untrained girl to be his eyes while they try to navigate their way out of the woods before the Reevers can catch them. Exciting! I'll give this story and the art an A minus or B plus overall. It was a fun story, including some old and new characters. Left us with good enough cliffhanger for me to for sure pick up issue number 2. Let me know your thoughts on the comments of this issue. If you feel the writer Alex Packnadel got Cyclops right in this issue, or is he way off? Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.